Right, briefly. We should all stand for one thing or for another. Otherwise, we're going to be caught out as being hypocrites. We don't want to be that, do we? Now, come on, let's get down to the pigging basics, eh? Let's get down to the absolute basics. I personally, and I know this is right, because it is right, will not listen to one word that comes out of Parliament or the media. When I say listen, I mean take on board. Parliament lies its back teeth off. It is the way of Parliament. The media are the same. Now, there are people in this world who say Parliament lies, deceives, and all the rest of it, and so does the media. Then they sit back and they take on board what Parliament is saying and what the media is saying. Now, that's hypocrisy. That's double dealing, double standards. That shouldn't be. And this is what causes the trouble, the contention. The simple thing in life, ladies and gentlemen, is simply to say and to do what you say. If you say Parliament is a lying piece of scumbag and the media is the same, then stick by it. Stand by it. Don't go pigging over to it, because what you're doing is hypocrisy and it causes trouble. Now, if I say, for instance, okay, that when Parliament, and it is only Parliament, followed by the media, says, let's say now, there are many races upon earth. Okay, that's Parliament says, and it passes the Race Relations Act and racial discrimination and all this lot. Okay, then it gets published by the media, and people sit back and they take this on board, that there are many races upon this pigging planet. Now, I've stood and I will stand until my last pigging breath that there is but one race upon this planet, the human race. But people oppose me on that. People who say that Parliament lies, that the media lies. Now, this is the contention that you yourselves have created by listening to these scumbags. Isn't it perfectly simple and right for a person to believe in one race? What is the problem with that? You tell me what the problem with that is. Because I can tell you what the problem is with races that you believe from government and the media. Because again, you divide up the human race, the brotherhood and sisterhood of mankind, and you are racist. And I would love my day in the Pigging Crown Court on this one. Oh, I'd love it. Oh, I'd love it. Because I'd have everyone denounce themselves as racist. But you see, the simple truths in life that are opposed by government and the media are the very things that people actually believe. They follow the media, they follow the government, and they oppose the simple things. Okay? Doesn't do anything to me. You can shout, you can bawl, you can dismiss me as a funny bugger. Doesn't bother me. Why should it? I believe, and I can give historical, factual evidence to back up what I believe. You can't. You can't. I can bring Ali from down the Pigging Road, and I can sit him here, and he'll tell you, one human race. You tell me the difference between one human being and the other. We're all flesh, we're all blood, all sinew, all brains, all intellect. We're all the same, just in different colours. So we are. And there's no such thing as black, unless you're a coal miner. There is white. Yeah, we got white people. I'm not a white person. Because a white person is an albino. Alright? There's no black people. I've never met a black person. Oh yeah, various toned individuals. And quite frankly, when talking in this real world of ours, not the political or media world, when we're talking in our own Pigging real world where we pay the taxes and we have to feed ourselves and clothe ourselves and talk to people, when we're talking to foreigners, we can see in foreigners the same as us. I can talk to a Pigging Pole. I think, oh yeah, it's either the same as us, or I've met you before, put you down the road as Bert Boggins. We're all the same, no matter what country you go into. Everybody is the same characters that you find in China, you'd find in England. You'd find in Switzerland, and so on and so on. This is why we all have the prisons, we have the criminals, we have the child buggers across the world, we have the decent people across the world, we have those who speak out the truth across the world. There is no barriers to the human race. We are one race. But the government, you see, and the media would split us up into many races. And why? Because it is for dividing the people. That's why. This EU thing is another one. People are listening to government, listening to politicians, these filthy, stinking, dirty beggars, and the media, that we are actually in the EU. We're not in the EU. Oh, but you're off your head. It's all right. You'll understand the shout to me. I said, well, you give me the proof then. And all they can do is shout and shout. I say to these people, give me the evidence that we are in the EU. Give it me. Give me the written evidence. They can't. They can only shout abuse. Yeah, you're off your head. You'll understand. You don't know. Oh, I understand. No, you don't understand anything. We have to base what we say and what we believe so that it is concrete. We have conviction in it on facts. It is the Parliament, the lying scumbag Parliament, and that is factual. That is factual from history to this present day, and the media is the same. That they're lying, scheming, deceiving scumbags, the excrement of the devil, that has said we are in the EU. Do you expect that to be true coming from a bunch like that? Of course not. Grow up. Grow up. We're only supposed to have voted to join the EEC. Supposed to. Government said we did. Again, we're back to that very same principle. Can any good thing come out of that which is corrupt? No, it can't. Nations of people have sold their souls to the devil, that is the British government, and the media. It is about time, ladies and gentlemen, that we grew up. We learnt to grow up. We shut our ears to Parliament and to the media and just look at them and listen to them academically. Not take on board what they're saying, because they are playing us. And if you wish to be played by Parliament and to be the destructive part of Parliament by opposing the truth when you say you are for the truth, then you're nowhere. It doesn't affect me. You can shout, as I say, abuse and so forth. I've had it all my big in life. And then people have turned around at the end and said, hey, hang on a minute, you were right. Yeah, because it's simple. But in the ignorance of your arrogance, you couldn't see it. You didn't want to go away and think about it. And think over it. Mull over it. Chew over it. No, you just dismissed it out of hand. You don't do that. We are reasonable, rational human beings. And that blackguard that recently said to me, he said, we're creatures. I said, what? Oh, he said, you don't understand, you and one human race. You don't understand. We're all creatures. You need to understand. I said to him, hang on a minute, hang on. You're saying we're no better than animals. Creatures of the forest. Creatures in the trees, in the skies. We're no better. Who built this pigging world? Did the birds? Did the lions? Did the leopards? Did the dogs? The cats? You are putting us on the same pigging level. You are the one with Darwin, aren't you? Darwin is God. He was God and still is God. He created the theory of evolution. He created man and all living things. That's blasphemy. We are not on the same level as the creatures. We are over the creatures. We are above the creatures. We have intelligence. We have intellect. We have everything that the creatures have not. Creatures react to their environment. Since when do you get a monkey sitting down building technology, sitting down doing exams, fashioning poetry, writing poetry? Hey? When have monkeys and chimpanzees and lions and birds been the greatest intellects in the pigging world? We're far, far better than the creatures that perish. Far better. We are more valuable. But these these Darwinites, they lower us down to the quagmire. How scumbags they are. Oh, but they won't let themselves go down that far. Oh, no, they're the superior ones. They're telling everybody that we are creatures. They're not creatures. Animals. Sod off. You carry on with your pigging life. Don't come into mine. I am more valuable than you're telling me to be. And who the hell are you to tell me that I am of no worth? I'm just a creature. No value. That's what governments do. This is why they can go into countries and bomb the buggering countries to bits with their weapons of mass destruction. And MPs get millions of pounds into their wallets and bank accounts and whatever. Through starting wars. Going against innocent countries. Blasting them off the face of the pigging earth almost. Fancy pigging getting up in the morning and going out, do your shopping, and there's pigging bombs raining down on you. Or there's a pigging tank turned the pigging corner and you're getting shot. All because of Tony Blair and George Bush and all the pigging rest of them. You can't imagine that. But I tell you what, people have actually got up in the morning, have cycled to work, and a tank has turned the pigging corner and shot them. Pegging guns have opened up on the town, and then the houses have been shelled. Isn't it about time, ladies and gentlemen, we actually grew up? Imagine it. Imagine you're coming out of the pigging house and you've done nothing wrong. Nothing. You're just getting on with your life and some bugger turns a corner and shoots you. Eh? Or your wife or your children. What do you do? Hey? Well, in a normal country, you'd have the buggers arrested because it's unlawful. But once a country like the UK and the US, the governments of them, do it, it's not unlawful because it's for democracy. Yeah, you get your wife shot to death. You know, dead. Children. Dead. Yourself probably dead. For democracy. For an ideal. But of course we all know, don't we, that it's not for democracy. It's for the money makers. Eh? To secure the mineral rights abroad. That's all it is. Yeah. Government is a scumbag. If it can go and tell us lies after lies after lies after lies after lies, why the hell are we believing it? If it can go to countries and say that country's got weapons of mass destruction and it hasn't, and they know it hasn't, and they go and take their weapons of mass destruction to this country, that particular country, and another country, blast them to bits. And whilst the BBC are in Syria pretending to have gas attacks on children, mothers and fathers lying on the ground, and then the pigging camera's still rolling, the BBC forgets the camera's still pigging rolling, and these children and mothers and fathers get up off the pigging ground, dust themselves off and walk off. And that's the BBC. Has done that. Created that scene. And it continues to create the scenes. And ISIS is another one. As we said earlier, ISIS is fiction. And I said, you can check the pigging videos some months ago. How the hell are they going to bring ISIS back in? What is the way they're going to bring this ISIS back in? This is how they're doing it. And we know ISIS, again, is mythical. It's a mythical goddess of Egypt, ancient Egypt. And like the ancient goddess of ancient Egypt, this Isis doesn't exist. The work that she's supposed to do doesn't exist. But in the minds of the people listening to this present day ISIS, she does exist. The bombings and running over people does exist because it's said so by the media and government. Now, if you go back into ancient Egypt, the Isis, the mother goddess of Isis, who beat Tet up, okay, people believed it. They believed that Isis existed in those times. And Thor and Hercules and all the big lot. All these gods warring against one another. People actually believe them. Believe them. But you know something? In ancient Egypt, they were very clever. Very clever. Do you know when the temple worship was decreasing? The priests got together and said, how can we resolve this? They came up with this cunning plan, you see. Baldric was there, of course, got a cunning plan. So they got a load of pipe work and a boiler, all right? They said, we'll get these doors pigging opened. These huge doors to the temple, automatically open. And what they did, they fed steam through. And as the people came up to the doors, this is just one of them, one of the methods, came up to the doors, they turn on the steam, and the doors automatically, through that system of pistons, would open the doors, and people would just stand there. Because nobody's opening the doors. These huge doors are opening on their own. And of course, when they went for the sermons, there'd be somebody in the pigging rafters. And when it came to the judgment of 4, somebody would rustle part of the roof. And people go, oh, it's the gods, they're angry with us. They're angry with us. And of course they'd have bleeding statues. People behind them with a pump. And at the right moment, they'd feed blood, pig's blood, through the eyes, coming straight down, and people being superstitious, they say, whoa, whoa. So every time the ancient religion of Egypt, for instance, was lowering, they bring in these so-called miracles and people believe them. It's no different today in this pagan world. We'll leave it at that. Molly, get us a cup of tea, love, and get rid of this cold for us.